Isolation is the single best state you can find yourself in. It is the best time to truly grow and develop as a human being. Unfortunately, 95% of people don't know it and try to avoid isolation at all costs. I believe this is the exact reason why so many people feel lost in life. We discover ourselves in isolation. So listen, I used to be alone and isolated for a really long time, but that's not because I didn't have any friends, that's not because I was like a creep and couldn't form any social relationships with others. It's because I chose it. I feel like people avoid isolation because it's something uncomfortable, that's the first thing, because then they need to face their emotions and they kind of need to face their dark side. But at the same time, many people think that if you're isolated, it's bad because like it kind of makes you this social creep, it kind of makes you alone, it kind of makes you seem as if you don't have any friends to hang out with. And because so many people see isolation as something bad, they end up avoiding it at all costs, as I said. And when people avoid facing their dark side, their deepest thoughts, their emotions, their true emotions, they end up feeling lost because they have no time to truly discover themselves. They have no time to face their traumas. They end up not really knowing themselves and their purpose. But here's the thing. When you are isolated, it is the perfect time for you to grow, because that's the time when you, your actions and your thoughts are not influenced by social media, by friends, by other people. There are no factors that could influence your emotions, your thoughts and your actions. Because I want you to notice one thing. Usually, you are essentially being programmed by your environment. The best example for that is that probably you have some friend groups with whom you can act differently and be more of yourself than with others. But at the end of the day, even if you'd be hanging out only with your best friend who knows you for like your entire life, you still wouldn't be able to access your deepest, like absolutely deepest levels of your soul, of your consciousness. It is truly possible only in isolation, where there's only you and your thoughts and your mind. What I used to do was I used to go to the forest because I was alone there. There was no one else than just me. And so I could do many different things. I could talk to myself without being scared, kind of, that someone will hear me. Once you're able to also do something like this, also find yourself being in the state of isolation, where you are not worried that someone might hear or see you, and when you're also not influenced by anything like social media, other people, your friends, your family, this is the time where you can just, as I said, dive deep into your soul, and you can start asking yourself uncomfortable questions about life, about your purpose, about what you're trying to achieve here on this earth. It is the time where you can acknowledge your weak sides, your strong sides, your advantages, your disadvantages, your fears, your dreams, all of the things that are required in order for you to know yourself. And that kind of goes back to what I said in the beginning, where I said that people feel lost because they don't know themselves. If you feel lost, it simply means that you have no idea on what is your purpose, on why are you even here. And the best way to discover it is by giving yourself some time to, go into this isolation mode, isolation state, and try to really dive deep into your soul. Listen, there is no one seeing you, there is no one judging you, there is no one hearing you. So you can really have a deep conversation with just yourself, with your soul. And that way you can finally start discovering yourself. And I believe this is the single most important thing you can do in life. So the action step that I want you to do is to dedicate like 15 minutes every morning and every evening to go into this isolation state and just start asking yourself those questions. Start thinking about life, start thinking about your vision for the future, for your life. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to achieve? What are your dreams? What are your fears? And all the other things, as I said, like what are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? The entire process of discovering yourself can take a lot of time, essentially. But the exercise that I just gave you will make it even possible for you, because without isolation, you won't ever be able to find answers to those questions. As I said, 95% of people are not doing that. They are avoiding it. You need to be different here. Don't follow the crowd, because I think I don't need to convince you or show you any proof that most people are miserable with their lives. That is because they literally go throughout their lives without knowing themselves. So please, if you are serious about life, about finding meaning here, just do this exercise. At least 15 minutes. Try to journal about it. Try to think about all of the visions that you have. Try to think about all of the goals that you want to achieve in life. And this will make a huge difference, believe me. Without doing it, you will just basically end up being the same as other people on this planet. So yeah, that's everything from me for this video. I hope you found value in it. If that's the case, you can like this video, you can subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Other than that, check out the links in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.